So good morning, everybody. Happy March. We are here on March 1st. We are streaming live into the Cosmic Earth Weavers group, and we have some lovely people here with us. And if you do join in, just say hello to us. My name is Roberta Robbins. I am the holder creatrix of this beautiful community. And obviously, some of you may say this replay on my YouTube channel. So if you want to join the community and you don't know what it is, there's always a link in the description. We are a community of intuitive souls, beautiful souls that have so much wisdom and magic to share. And the intention of the community is that we get to know each other, we get to share, we get to grow, we get to try things in a very safe, comfortable environment. Nancy's in there doing readings and various things, and she comes in, her and I collaborate with certain things along with other members like Athena. Athena and I have done a lot of co-creating, but the community is also for us to feel out what does co-creation mean, and also get to know each other in a way that isn't like a marketing kind of strategy. That is like more like get to know people's magic. And if that feels really good and you want to get to know them, you reach out to them and start a conversation and connect. So here we are, like I said, on March 1st, we are going to be doing the forecast. We are getting close, Nancy, I think we're getting close to a year that you've come along and joined me in doing this forecast together, and it's been a lovely. What Nancy and I do is we bring astrology and numerology to you, cardology, seasons, cycles of the seasons, so the wheel of the year, energetics, and any intuitive channeled messages that are coming in. Plus, we also like to connect with who is here in the community right now, because we like that interaction. To see how everybody else is feeling, if there's any questions or anything that pop up. Now, I was just saying to Nancy before we started about the weather. How's the weather been for everybody this winter? I'm sitting here looking at blue skies out my window with the windows open, and there's this beautiful crisp breeze coming in, and it's very white out there. We got a big dump of snow the other night, but we went from like a beautiful high of 15 to like no snow to in 24 hours -15, and a good foot of snow, at least in my area, fell down. And now today, I think we're supposed to get up to +8, and then over the next few days, +16. I think we're done. I think we're done. Like winter, what was winter? We had like you saw it and you went and grabbed it when you had it. And then it's like, okay, I'm ready for spring. So Nancy, how's it energetically been feeling this winter season? Because we're of course going to be talking about spring coming officially in this forecast.
We are. That is super exciting, and also feels like really already like there's this bit of like it doesn't feel like winter has been complete. And which is funny for me to say because as you know, I'm always like, bring on the summer, bring on the summer, skip the rest of the year. But I have actually really been enjoying this winter and this space and time and the inward reflection and all of that. And so there is this little piece of me that's like, oh, am I ready to move forward into spring yet? Which historically has been different. So I feel like that is a very different energy that experiencing this winter. And I'm like, okay, like what are the lessons there, and where, like, as like with this 8 energy, like what is that, allowing it to go with the flow as opposed to in the past maybe like pushing through more of like, yes, like get winter behind us, let's move into the good stuff, right? Like, and just being at peace with where we are in our journeys and where we are in this space and time right now, and allowing for what is to be here more so than forcing what should be.
Yeah, I've been feeling that too this winter, like the energetics of it. And let me know anybody that's in the group in the comments right now. There really has been this sense of slowing down and just being okay, and really feeling into what the seasons bring, even though the weather might be reflecting kind of like a here and there, and we don't know some days, but our inner seasons, right? Our inner world. And I'm just starting to feel, I think March, I really feel like, okay, March is going to be the time to get into that dreaming and this and the outwards. They're starting to move outwards. We talked about Inbox February 1st last forecast we did. And you know that you're starting to wake up a bit, right? But you're not fully up and doing things. But there is this feeling like, okay, I really feel like I've deepened into the seasons. And that's what you sound like. It's like really honoring that and feeling it, no matter what the weather's doing out there. For those of you that don't know, Nancy's on the west coast of Canada and BC, and I am in Ontario. It's more east. And of course, our winters typically are a little different from each other. But there's everything's just been thrown out the window, I think, this year. And maybe it's helped us to really go into and go, what's my season and how am I relating with it? So you know what's been coming up a lot for me this year, a couple things. One, where do I really put my energy and time? What's really filling me up? And what's really ready to, like, just, even if I can do it and I have the wisdom and the magic to do it, or I have been doing it, some things are just not meant to come forward in the way that I've been doing it. So what's going to nourish me now? What's new, or how will what I've been doing looks, maybe looking new in a different container as I meet it, and that I need more space. Now, this might be a few things because of age. Maybe a lot of us, as we're hitting our closer to our 50s, or those who are already in their 50s, wherever you are. I know Nancy and I are the same age, so our 50s coming up less than a couple of years, and there's this part of our life, right, of like having to slow down, and almost what we put in it may seem like less, but I think it feels more full.
Yes.
Right? It may be like, I'm someone that's always been like, I've had to unravel these last few years of like, wow, I go, do so many things. And now it's like, what is it? But it's not less, it's fuller. So there's that. And then the dreaming. And this is going to be we're going to hear this in the forecast about dreaming this month. We are in Pisces season. We want to dream. We want to get ready for that new cycle that we're going to be moving in the astrological year, starting that in Aries this month. But I've almost been re-examining dreaming, like what the new dreams are, what the new intentions, desires are, in a couple of different ways. One, because so much has been shifted in the world and ourselves, and that. So a lot of things have shifted and let go. So it's like, there's, okay, well, what is new? And it's almost like turning it back on. This is how it feels to me, like in a different way. And there's been this question within myself going, how do I dream? What's that feel like? I get like, how easy it was at some point in life, like you're just, and I think with everything in the world and still stuff going on in the world, it's almost hard to really get into the heart of the essence of a dream. And so I've been really examining that. And I think this month will help us. So what's your thoughts on all of that?
My goodness. I love how you said that so much. And I wrote down the word fuller. That felt really strong to me. But that that awakening, when you said, it was almost like when when you call IT, this is my old world, but and they'd be like, did you turn it off and turn it on again? Like the first thing, if your computer's not working or whatever, right? And that's how it felt. It was kind of like, there's nothing, you've done all the stuff. We've done, now it's just time to reset it, like press that on and off button and allow yourself to be reset to that possibility of dreaming and connection. Like this two energy of this month just feels really strong partnership with connection. One of the blends I'm going to share with you guys is that connecting the feminine and the masculine energy together and just allowing yourself to know that you are whole and your dreams are possible. And that dream energy is feeling really strong, but not only just dreaming it, but that it's coming, like dreaming it into reality. Like it's no more just dreaming and wishing and hoping. It is time for it to appear here in this this realm that we are currently inhabiting.
You know, I can't wait to hear the blends. And I do want to know what your most favorite dreaming blend is in a moment. What the most favorite dreaming blends or oil, just standalone oil and crystals. Let's talk about that because those are important. And you know what you're saying, like bring it in, like really embody it. I'm almost been this the inner world of the dream, almost like that energy trying to wake up a new dream, a new essence within myself. And of course, and then, you know, and then the letting it cast out so it can meet us, right? Like that bring it in to be able to body it. But I almost feel like I'm trying to wake it up, wake up a new dream or essence. Does anybody feel that within you that's here live? Like, how's dreaming? Like the dream and not the dreaming that we go to bed dream. That literally our desires, our wants, our needs, are what we want to be feeling and tasting and expressing and all of the juiciness. I'm not usually one that uses that word, the juiciness of things, but really it's like this deliciousness of something that you really want, right? And to birth it. So let me know, and Nancy know, because Nancy, you're watching the comments too?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. And hello, Lisa. Hello, everybody else that's here. Patricia, Helen, Linda, Tara's still with us, I believe. So let us know how you've been feeling this past winter. And Tara's just saying she's really has felt like she's allowed herself to, can we say winterize or express and feel the deliciousness of winter and what winter offers us. And I love that. Actually, I feel you. I actually see you right now in like cozy loungewear with really cozy, awesome socks with a fireplace going, and you're wearing a lot of white. I don't know. So like I just in like the best cup of like hot chocolate or tea or something. Like that's the image of what I feel that maybe this winter has been for you. And I love that image. It's like, so let's get into you're gonna put that on a back burner, right? Nancy, about the one oil and the crystals. Okay. So here we are. March. It came in like a lamb today. 2 days ago, we wouldn't have said that. If we didn't have the 29th, it would have been the opposite way. It would have been like a lion literally 24 hours ago for us here. So here we are on a big, beautiful, long 31 days, month ahead of us. Time is still speeding up. The energy, it's because the energy, everything's moving. So we're just being moved along very quickly. We said that in the forecast last month. We're like, it just feels smooth. Now, not that we didn't have stuff in March or in February, and there was a lot of beautiful astrological stuff going on. And we had a lot of solar flares, and they're still going, and that affects us. And big, beautiful, powerful full moon in Virgo just last weekend, just 6 days ago for us. But there was this movement of energy, right? Of everything was just supporting and moving us along quickly. And I still feel that for this month. There's beautiful things, but there's bigger openings and portals, I think, this month with our eclipse season starting with, we're moving the sacred wheel again, and we're going to be hopefully honoring, if you honor OSTARA, but spring equinox, we are going to be going into another journey around the zodiac wheel with when Aries comes in on the 19th. So we got these big portals and boof, boof, boof. And it actually feels like boof, you know, that energy that comes from fireworks, you know, that boof, boof, and it resonates out. I kind of feel like that's the energy. And there's going to be this beautiful, like hopping, leaping of energy and timelines. And it's not going to slow down. Let's just keep inside. We just got to get used to it. There's no slowing down. My partner, Richard, will say to me, who's almost 10 years older than me, he's like, well, welcome to your older age. Because, you know, he's like, time just speeds up. It's just because you're older. I'm like, no, there's something else going on. It's not just because I've gotten older, which is all, perspective to everybody what older is. Everybody's feeling this fast pace. So we are starting, obviously, the month as a 2 energy. Nancy already expressed a bit of that. She's going to go into more of that energy. So we're now in a 2 energy month. All of March, all of us are in that 2 experiencing energy. Plus, we're still, of course, in a full 8 energy for the whole year. Just want to remind you. And I just want to talk about, yesterday was a 3 energy, which I love 3 energies. I feel very creative. I have a lot of things that start happening and I can write a lot and create a lot. Today's a 3 energy too. So we got 2, 3 energies that were back to back, which I love. I love, I love, and I certainly need it with what's on my plate today with final first drafts of writing, as I do believe there's people in this community that are in the same group of co-creating a book together. We have our big push of things today. So it's lots of creative energies going. So I love that we had 2 3s back-to-back days, and we are ending with a 6, right? I think it was a 6.
Yep.
It was in my brain. So it's like a really nurturing, loving, harmonic energy that we will end with in this month. We are in Pisces season, as you heard me say. That came in on the 19th of February, and 18th of February, and will go till the 19th of this month. Then we turn the wheel, the astrological wheel, into Aries, and we start again. So there's a lot of that emotion and dreaming. This is why we're going to be supported with that dreaming, and a lot of heightened intuitive abilities and gifts that are going on for us in Pisces season. We're looking at a reflection of a whole year journey of where we've journeyed through to get ready for that new beginning when Aries comes in. And I would say the overall theme when I'm feeling into this month is obviously the word dream. But I invite you to think about kind of what I've already spoken about. It's the dream in different ways and aspects to yourself. Right? Really examine this now. What is new? And not, I think we get this dream energy. I don't know if you guys can, it's out of us, it's outwards. Really go in. What is that essence, the dream and everything in you? And then start moving it out, because of course, when we hit Aries season on the 19th and spring equinox and that eclipse, we are zipping through a portal and a gateway to start fresh and anew. And it's so powerful, this eclipse, because not only we always feel it was spring, something new about to be rebirthed, and the Aries, but it's right at this energetic time with the full moon in the eclipse, everything within a few days. It's just bam, 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 the fireworks, the bam, bam energy, the vibration to really catapult us forward, launch us forward. So spend these first 3 weeks really getting into the dream time. And I hear evolution, heightened intuition, heightened crazy ass dreams. I'm a dreamer normally, always have been. Dreams are changing, man. They're full storyline dreams and in one night, and I'll have a few of them. But I have noticed, and let me know if you've noticed in the last few days, maybe since that full moon, anybody else noticed the theme and the energetics of their dreams kind of feel a little bit more different? There's something really trying to work out or give you, there's something just kind of shifted a bit in the energetics. I want to know if you guys are feeling. Nancy's yeah. So I did a little extra work before I went to sleep. And for those of you that might have missed it this week in the Cosmic Earth Weavers, I just want to mention this. Marlene, she was in for a Wednesday spot. She shared about psychic dreaming and how she preps and ideas and thoughts. And so that's in the community if you want to go watch. That was about 20-ish minutes. So nice and easy, and it was beautiful. So go have a look at that. So that's kind of the energetics. I'll get into a little bit of some of the other things, the the energetics of Pisces and Aries, and then our full moon and new moon stuff. So Nancy, what at the start of all this, what do you got there with your feeling into and the numerology, the cardology?
So with March this year, we are the two energy, right? So we talked about that a little bit at the beginning. And so leaning into that too, and be like connection, trust, partnership, coming together, but it also is underlined, like it's made up of the 11. And so like the 11 in the tarot being the justice card, right? So when you look, oh, come on, when you look at these two cards together, let me see if I can unblur it. It just really, I find it so interesting. Like, here we go. Look how, there we go. With the justice, it's like that balance from side to side. Whereas with the high priestess, see how it's coming. Whoa, God, everything's backwards. Sorry. See how it's coming, like it's that up and down, right? So it's like finding, let's get back to me being able to see you here. There we go. So it's almost like that cross is that energy that I'm feeling. It's like that two is coming from side to side. So balancing your left and your right, your male and your masculine. Nope, male and female. Then like the grounding and your connection to the divine. Like, so, and it all comes down to center in your heart. So it's like all of these energies that are around us to support us and to hold us and to help us dream and to move forward, all want to converge into one spot. And that spot is in your heart space. So really holding that as sacred this month and connecting inwards and constantly just being like, yes, am I doing this from my heart? Is this what I truly want to do? Where do I want to dream bigger? And allow your heart to lead the way, which also really feels very part of the 8 energy that we keep talking about. Like when you've got your 8 right in that center there's right. So it all comes down to what is on your heart and allowing that to rule. And so then when we look at the numerology of the month with the 2, the base of the 11 and the 8, and then we look through each day and how it builds, right? So Roberta and I did a day energy workshop last month. We did a lot last month that suddenly just was like, oh, but just remembering each day, it's like, okay, today is that beautiful 3 energy in this 2 energy month. So when you're creating, where are you creating from the heart, right? If we jump ahead to tomorrow, it's a 4 energy. So that's stability. And so then it's like, okay, 4 partnered with 2, where do I feel stable around my heart? Where do I want to maybe set up some boundaries or push my boundaries a little wider? Maybe I can let some more in this month. Maybe last month I was holding things a little bit tight. Maybe this month you're invited to start to express things out into the world more and to trust. There's a lot of trust again. I said that last month, true. And I just continue to feel that. And there's been so many messages in my dreams that you were just talking about, like just lean on me, like let me, being spirit, universe, whatever it feels for you, but let me help you through this. You are not in this alone. Ask for help. And something that really came very clearly to me yesterday was like, oh, right, that actually asking questions, maybe not always telling universe, spirit, guides what it is that you want. Maybe ask them, hey, point me in the direction. This is what's on my heart. Can you show me, guide me? So more clearly, being more clear in what it is that you are asking for support around really feels very strong this month. We also have 2 full manifestation cycles. So the 1 through 9 energy. So that starts at the 8th, then we run through to the 16th, and then we start again on St. Patrick's Day, and then we run through to the 25th. So remembering that you have 2 full opportunities this month to just to experience, to release, to try things out, see what's working for you, what's not. Really try not to have a lot of attachment this month to things. Let that playful, loving energy come in. And as we're gearing up to spring, like okay, what makes me like right now we've got some crocuses coming out. Like to me, they're always so playful. They're such a beautiful, like they also remind me of Cadbury cream eggs, the colors. So I was like, oh, like it's like that. What seeds are you planting? What eggs are coming? Kind of energy. What are you looking forward to? And really allowing yourself to dream. And then with the cardology, like last month, so we've had a theme this year, January, February, March, which is the same every year, but we start with the spades energy each month. So that transformational energy, that connection to spirit. Then we move into the physical energy of the diamonds. And so it's like mid-month, all 3 months, it's been like, okay, where are we physically seeing things? What are we doing? What's coming forth? And then we keep finishing the month in the club's energy, which is our mental energy, our communication, all of that. And so then it's like, how are we expressing it and sharing it with others? Now the spades energy has been getting shorter. The physical energy has been staying the same, and the club's energy has been getting more each month as we're building. And so it is that like, okay, asking us to share outwardly more with others and to communicate. And so we have a lot more clubs this month than we have the last 2 months. And so just being like, okay, as we get towards the end of the month, what is it that I want to communicate, whether it be in a group, with spirit, with yourself, with partners, with family, whatever that may be for you, just allowing yourself that space and permission to do so. And to, once again, play with it. There's been too much seriousness. It's like, it's time to play, ladies and gentlemen.
I love how, thinking of those two cards that you pulled for the 2 and the 11 energy. Maybe you can explain that in a moment. And guys, yes, last month, Nancy and I did 2 workshops in the Cosmic Earth Weavers community. So I've already mentioned Marlene's, which was just a few days ago. But Nancy also did, the first one was What's Your Big 3 in Astrology? So it's there in the group, you can watch it. And then the next one was like talking about day numbers and understanding how to calculate your own and the flow and the energetics of them. So if you want to know what those are, just go look underneath the guides tab in the community. But those 2 cards you pulled with the 2, so the High Priestess,
Yeah.
and the Justice card. So, like we have that too in the communication where, a lot more clubs are building club cards, guys, are about that communication, the receiving the downloads. And you like look at that beautiful stream of energy as Nancy was talking about. And then the bounce, right? The bounce of things, the above and below, and the fact that we have a Libra moon coming up here, like full moon. And there is that bounce and harmony coming in along with the 2. So Libra's showing up, which is Libra's card is that justice, the scales and the bouncing. What does that look like? We're being asked, what's the new bounce and harmony? And there is things with justice that is getting very loud in the world, which it needs to. So where we may also have to look at old beliefs and structures and things that we may have to rebounce within ourselves too, because we all need a rebouncing and a different kind of perspective. So there's this higher channel of messages. And as Nancy was saying, there is this also asking for the support, but getting clear that you can ask and ask clearly. I just finished with Athena, our You Are the Channel program. And so the ladies have been channeling and connecting with their guides and various helpers and receiving messages. And, some of the things that have come up, some blocks was like, they're forgetting that they feel like they have to do all the work, or they're like, oh, but I don't know what that is, and I'm like, why aren't you asking? I mean, the whole point was to ask. And they're like, oh, right. It's almost like they want to do part of the work with spirit. Like, you know what I mean? In the sense of, yes, we're all working together, but it's like, there is that release and trust, that word trust, and the opening up to a higher source in communication that's coming in, and it's building with the club cards. And no doubt Nancy and I are going to be talking more at some point about going through cardology and various things. So those that don't know that, that's okay. Just kind of take in what is percolating in. But there is this building of communication and this Pisces season saying it's like got a door open, a cosmic channeling door. Pisces is so highly intuitive. It is ruled by Neptune. It is dreamy. It's emotional, it's water, and it's like so much, it holds so much. And so there's all this support for opening up and channeling and allowing yourself to be the channel, allowing yourself to ask the questions, to trust yourself and discern when you are channeling and receiving divine guidance and what's coming in and all that. There's all of that. So we got to take that sovereign, responsible approach to things. So there's the bounce, but we're getting ready, right? With that justice card, the 11, the full moon, the portal, like there's so much that's kind of saying, what's your new balance? What's new harmony? How are we looking at things and that are fair and just, and how we are more than just us staying by ourselves. This two energies saying, expand, be with others too, work together. We are moving more and more to collaboration and community. Okay, so lots of love all that. What else with that? So Pisces, since I just talked about Pisces, you guys just heard me say Neptune, watery, dreamy. It's a water sign. It is feminine. It's a feminine sign. For those that have done astrology, or if you know at least how to go navigate a bit of your chart, it's always good to look, Pisces is that last sign, right? Before the wheel starts again. And we also can look at Pisces as what at our birth charts, kind of like, what did we end with through the journey before of our last life and where we're moving into next? It can be that reflection in there. So knowing kind of what's going on in where Pisces is and what house it's in and like all the different things, and also looking at your 12th house because it's the end where your 12th house is, there is things there that will give you a little guidance to a bigger picture. What else do I want to say about Pisces? I mean, I love Pisces. Well, do I still say this? I'm gonna say I used to say, I'd probably say it a little bit, but not as much as I used to growing up since I was a kid. I used to say wishy-washy Pisces because of the Pisces people around me. Wishy-washy Pisces. And that's when you're younger and you see Pisces people. We all grow into our signs. So we all have a little bit when we're younger. And we hope that we go to the elevated mastery empowerment side part of it. But I remember what's going wishy-washy Pisces, because Pisces can be really wishy-washy, and just because they're so far out there, it's such like so watery and dreamy and that. So here's as I bring that up, I guess that's what it's coming in for this reason. And I heard it kind of come in when Nancy was talking, is here's what to maybe watch for these last few weeks of Pisces. If you're really scattered, you can't make a decision here, you may have to ground more, come back into that flow and the essence and the power and the heart of yourself. Like Nancy was saying with that card and the flow, you got to come in. It's that 8 that's moving down, that affinity, the energy. So if you're feeling just all over, wishy-washy Pisces, it's because you're getting pulled around with those cosmic waters. And it is a mastering part of a journey, especially with Pisces. But all of us are in Pisces season. So we all have to watch that essence and come back. So we're not in a rinse, a spin wash. That's what I'm getting, right? We can all be in a spin wash, but maybe just enjoy the ride while you're around and go, okay, I'm here, but practice in it, right? So that we have that center, so that we can pull in the divine downloads, the new dreams. We need to have some clarity and focus for things. Nancy, so that kind of, how's that resonate with you when I talk about?
Amazing. So good. And as you said, decisions, I was like, oh, there was something around decisions last week. What was it? And I was trying to remember. And I was like, oh, right, it was this call. And it was a call that I was on. And it was really about that permission to make decisions and to change your mind. But, you know, and so it's okay. If you're not sure, choose. You can always choose again. But there's more power in that than the as you were just describing. And so there was just something really reaffirming in that for me personally, that I was like, oh, right. Okay. Yes. Thank you.
Well, and I think, you know, the energetics as we move through these first few weeks of March, we're getting more cleaner and clearer. And it's really important, especially as we hit that new moon, which I'm going to talk about the new moon next. As we hit that new moon, to start getting clean and clear, because we want to move towards, so that when that Aries season comes and spring comes, there's almost something to land in to start creating some energy and support and nurturing for it. So it's right now, it's like we're still flowing through and receiving, and it's okay, the gentleness. We want the gentleness with the water signs and the feminine sign of it. The new moon, the 10th, get my little highlight notes here in front of me. New moon, April 10th in Pisces. So let the Pisces energy and go within to really go in deep, to really hear and feel what's there. It's also when the eclipse portal opens. It's not eclipse day, but there's 2 weeks before when it actually starts, that the portal energy starts opening. So the portal energy starts opening on April 10th. The new moon's coming at 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so 1 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, which then we got to remember, for those of you that don't know this, because people get a little confused about this little part. You know how we do, say for myself, for Eastern Standard Time, right now we're in the EST. After next Sunday on that 10th, we will be going EDT when you see that difference in the writing. So with the PDT for Pacific Time, because we're going to go through our daylight savings times. Let's put that on there in case you don't know that our clocks are going ahead. So Sunday the 10th, clocks are going ahead. When you wake up, it'll be all done nicely on your cell phones. We are also at 20 degrees that day, that new moon. So there is that extra support, because that's entering that last third decan, which I always consider that more the wisdom, the crone medicine, for us to go deeper into the journey of already what we've gone through the first 2 decans of a sign. I know I'm talking very astrology right now, but just know that that 20 degrees is helping us to move into that last journey of the nurturing part of the Pisces and the new moon being like, go within, right? The dark moon, you to go in and listen deeply to yourself, to your own wisdom, the cosmic wisdom that's flowing in, that you are connected to. This is the other thing, that's part of the wisdom, and this is just dropping in right now, is, you know, when we're in Pisces season and we talk about support and asking outwards for us, we got to remember at this point, we are part of that outer cosmic star and expressions and divineness that comes in. So that's the growth and the understanding of the part of us and the part of source and spirit and the cosmos. Okay, so there's a understanding and a relationship, and I think that 2 energy this month is going to help us bridge. I'm hearing this bridge the higher parts of our soul self. So just energy, that's messages that are coming in right now. So yeah, new moon, it's a 3 energy day. I love those 3s. My personal day is an 8, so I love my 8 energy days too. But those 3s, they're very creative days, abundant blessings. Love it. Love 3 energy days. So that new moon is really going to support us with that numerology. What do you have anything there, Nancy? What's like the cardology that day? What else is going on?
So on the 10th, it's the King of Diamonds. So along with that 3 that you just talked about. So for me, it's like, oh my God, claim it all. Like, and it's funny that like 3 is one of my favorite energy days, and it's not in my chart, but it is just always like, I feel it so strongly and deeply. And so when I saw that, I'm like, oh, we got the 3 and the King of Diamonds. Like, it's just like that full permission to dream and to dream big, and to dream with that knowing that it is coming. It's not, I feel like we often dream that, we just already talked about it, but that wishing, hoping. But no, this is like, dream it, feel it in every cell of your body, and know that it is coming to fruition for you energy. I have a big circle on my calendar on that day. Like, I was just like, yes, I am loving that. And then when we look at the full moon, we have that 9. So what a gift, like already just that releasing energy, right? We talk so often about full moons and using that to release and all of that. So you also have the 9 to support with that. And also, I feel like often people go, get a little bit, oh, like, I am not sure about releasing. Like, I don't want to necessarily let go. But remember that we are letting go. We are releasing whatever that is, to be able to bring in what's serving our heart even better. Like, so it's letting go to receive. It's not tossing it out in the garbage and now having this empty hole, right? It's like opening this space for all of those things that you dreamt of in that new moon energy to be able to have space to come in with. It's also partnered with the Jack of Clubs. So whenever there's the Jack energy, I'm like, okay, we're moved up. We are in these leadership realms, but it also, you're not fully responsible like the king and the queen. You get to have some fun. So in this full moon eclipse energy, right? Like, release, let go, but enjoy the process. This isn't meant to be hard. This is like, do things that feel good for you to release. So those of you who know me, fires, like, does that feel good to you? Then do that. If you're like, no, I don't like to burn stuff, then let it go in the water, or bury it in the ground, or what, like, this is your opportunity to choose what feels good for you. Nobody else can tell you what that is, but knowing that there are so many options of how you can do this, and have fun with it and play with it, communicate with your guides that day with that fun Jack of Club energy. Yeah. And then I was just also personally, whenever you start talking, I start pulling up my own chart, and I'm always like writing my notes frantically, right? So I'm just like, okay, where am I? So thank you for that. But and just noticing like, oh, okay, yes, which house is with each in, and oh yeah, what other things are going on there? And so like, I have on the new moon, I'm like, oh, Lilith is right at that 20 deacon, right? And, okay, let's look into that later, and things like that.
Yeah, so important little thing, tool that you're gonna have, right, to help support you with these, not just these lighter top notes that will kind of affect us all in astrology, but knowing your birth chart and how to read it and go there. And definitely, I know people that can help you with that. And it helps, right? Because then you can go deeper where those degrees are, what those signs are, and how they're working with you even more personally. I was gonna say I just remember, right, there was so many things I was like, yes, yes, yes. Reminding us that Pisces season is a mutable mode, meaning it wants to clear things, create space and movement so something else can start. Unlike in February and Aquarius, it's fixed. They're kind of like, okay, I've made it here. I just want to kind of like hold and experience this, and that's it. I'm going to stay here fixed. Now we're in this, okay, giving freedom, movement. So there can be space for something else to be created too. And so that when we hit Aries season on the 19th, and we start that fresh new wheel of the zodiac wheel, it's a cardinal sign. It's the first cardinal sign, spring equinox, OSTARA. That signs are, okay, what are we going to create? what are we going to build? It's that fresh start. So we have, anytime we have a eclipse or a solstice, that's where our cardinal signs are. So that's Aries. And then we have summer solstice. So we have that Cancer sign, usually around June 21st. And then we go up to over to the autumn for Mabon, fall equinox. And then we have Libra starting usually around September 21st. And then up at winter solstice when Capricorn comes in. And we have, that's, usually December 21st. We say usually it's, around there, give or take. Like this year, our spring is early. It's the 19th that it's coming in, right? Cece?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it can have a little bit of movement, but those are the cardinal points in the year that are like, okay, I'm ready to fresh start again. So allow Pisces to give the movement and the breathability right now so that you know what wants to go. So there is room for something else to be planted into your life, right? So that, that fear or anything that comes up about, I don't want to release, whatever, it's good. We need the space, right? And Nancy was talking about, fire rituals, burning rituals. I have another really great thing that you can do. Nancy, you did this, I think, with me last year.
Yes.
And some other people have done this either in person with me, on retreats, on various things. On the 18th, I am doing my online OSTARA ritual ceremony, and I'm doing the egg cleansing ritual and oomancy, so divining with the egg. It is a great ritual to go through, and one that you can do easily on your own afterwards. And helps you really clean and clear energetically things from your body to get you ready for the new season too. So I'm gonna put that in the descriptions tonight. If you want to join, there's 3 choices. I'm just gonna tell you, you can pay what you want. There's a half price ticket and a full price ticket. It's whatever. We just want to make sure everybody has that opportunity to experience this. And I know a lot of people love egg divination
So
ceremony. Was that last year that you joined?
yeah, last year, yeah. So good.
So that's getting us fresh and awake and alive. And then so that full moon for me to go into a little bit is so the 25th, right? 3 a.m. here in Eastern Standard Time, 5 degrees. So in the first decan. So really fresh and new and the real starting out energy of that Libra in in that beautiful full moon energy and that Libra with that balance and harmony. But Libra also it's ruled by Venus, just like Taurus is. And so there's love, and we think of relationships and partnerships and things like that, but it's a masculine energy. And we're going to be in a masculine season with Aries too. So there's also action oriented there too. So it's going to be powerful, but we also have the eclipse. So it's going to be a boot in the butt to get yourself going and through, right? That eclipse, something's being eclipsed so they can be seen again. You're moving through a portal. There's an ending, a beginning. There's just a lot, as I said at the beginning of this call, like that just boom, 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 really pushing you forward. In Aries season, when it comes in on the 19th, which spring equinox, OSTARA on the sacred wheel or the wheel of the year, OSTARA, fire energy, so action oriented, ruled by Mars, masculine, want to get stuff done, want to go out there and explore the world and see it's the new kid on the block because he's just been birthed out because we're starting the new first zodiac season of the year. So there's this freshness, newness, and who am I? And I like wants to explore. So you're going to be, we've talked about who am I now? If you've been following me, you've been different things on these calls with Nancy and I, who am I? Who am I now? You're going to be wanting to feel and lean into that. That support will be there to kind of start stepping out in that fresher new way and with those new dreams and how they're feeling and how you're going to navigate. Things are going to be different. So there'll be a freshness and a support coming in and with Aries season. Yeah, we already talked about the 9 energy. Yep. So good. I'm so glad you said the 10 or the King of Diamonds there, Nancy, on the new moon, because yeah, I haven't looked over at my cardology for those. And when Nancy was explaining at the beginning with the cards and the flow of the energy moving around and out and in, I was thinking five energy. The mastery of the five energy, as I've been writing a lot about five energy right these days. And that's exactly how that essence is, that we're moving through, is bringing the understanding of what's around us and bringing it into us, but also that connection above and below, and how it's all moving and circulating in a harmonic way and harmonic flow. So, whew. So we have a few people still lingering in here with us. We appreciate that. How's all this feeling for those that are here? Lisa? Yeah, you're feeling all that, the bounce. Do you have anything that you want to summarize up with for this beautiful month?
So since you just said the word balance, and I feel like, did you say magnificence? Did I hear you say that, or am I just, because that's the name of the blend that I'm about to share? But I did. Okay, I swore I heard that from your mouth too. Anyway, so I've created like 6 blends for you guys for this month. So I'll share them in Cosmic Earth Weavers. I won't go into the details of all of them now, but the one that I was like, first and foremost, really wanted to share was this one called Magnificence. So this is lavender, frankincense, and wild orange. And the point of this is to harmonize your masculine and your feminine energy within you. So I've been using it for the last couple of days. Like I was like, oh, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday kind of thing. Just mixing them in my hands. You can make a roller bottle, whatever feels good. Like you could do 2 drops of each or whatever feels good to you. As always, trust your own intuition. I'm really loving just applying it over my heart space at the start of my day and just reminding myself that I am whole and that we're here working in partnership. And it's just been feeling so good. So that I feel like there's been a lot of opposition out, like in the world, right? Versus, and it's like, no, we want to work in partnership together, and we all have that within ourselves. And so this is a great blend to help you to find that within yourself, and then you get to and expand it out into the world to help to bring that harmony. So that is my like top blend for this month, and then I'll share the others and you did ask at the beginning favorite dream oil and crystal. And it was funny. I'm like, okay, I'm just going with the top 2 that go off the top of my head. So for me, it always comes down to labradorite, my number 1 oil, or this is an oil, my number 1 crystal for everything. This just, when I hold it, look at it, feel it, call it in, it's just pure magic for me. Like and so if I want to dream, then I am bringing this energy in with me. And then oil wise, it's actually green mandarin, which to me, that childlike, playful essence of that oil just opens the floodgates to being able to dream. It removes all barriers of what I should be dreaming. Can I really dream this? It throws all of that out the window for me and just lets me sink into my heart space and be like, okay, what is possible? So the combination of those 2, when you look at my daily posts, you see those come up a lot because they are just like, yes, this is where the magic lives for me. How about you?
Oils? I'm like anything citrusy is very, I love the citrus, and anything that also like some like experiment with things.
Yeah.
Just anything that's fresh and opens up the space. But what I was thinking was Angelica, and I don't have that oil because it's a very pricey oil. But there's something about that essence and energy I think would go very well, especially with Pisces season, is what I was intuitively getting. And when I think of a dream crystal, I'm always thinking of amethyst, and there's been a lot of amethyst energy coming in these last few weeks, especially into Pisces out there. Exactly. So amethyst is, and a lot of people have amethyst, so that's a really great one to have for dreaming. And if you're someone that's been having little bumpy dreams or anything like that, I'd say the crystals that are good to maybe have around you or place grid in your bedroom, your tourmaline, black obsidian, uh, and like in the corners. Also, I always like to put, when I've grid my own space, home, office, or gone out to do that for clients, I always like to put a little bit of selenite crystal, and you can easily have little pieces of that. We get the one and we've actually cut it with a little tool that Richard has. And so I put the little bit of sunlight with things that are protectors and clearers in gridding. And the selenite is an angelic protective frequency. You don't want a big chunk because it can be too much in your bedroom, along with like a big piece of the string could be a little too much in a bedroom when you're trying to sleep. So, but a little piece with those, you get that angelic energy supporting you too. And then those protectors, those clearers, and of course, Angelica, or not Angelica, selenite also just cleanses the crystal it's sitting with, because it naturally cleanses by and charges itself. So those are coming in. And I was also thinking, I wanted to talk about just a couple of rituals, like things, getting ready to clean and clear your house. Nancy has talked about the cinnamon, the blowing, essential oils to use to put into your water to clear and cleanse and clean your house. I love just frequency music, also drumming, rattling, getting my smudging out, opening up the windows, cleaning, clearing out of those corners, doorways, things like that. Open the closet, get in there, smudge those areas out, or drum in there, anything. And also just sweep things out windows and doors. That's always great. And it's always a great time to get a new candle, a fresh new, like especially white, and place that somewhere in your home, a main room, on an altar, just to get that fresh new light coming in. The egg ceremony I was talking about, if you don't know what it is, come and join me on the 18th or look it up. It's a beautiful way to cleanse and clear, and remove deeper things within the body too, and energetically. And get your planting ready, your seeds. Some of you start, if you need to start your seeds, definitely in your house, this is the time to get everything ready and nurture and talk to your seeds to get them going for the season. So there's just a couple of things that are coming ritual wise that you can do for yourself and clear up those altars, right? Get them ready, freshen them up. All right. Well, thank you, everybody that joined us. Thank you, Nancy, for a lovely conversation. And if you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to comment in the group, in the Cosmic Earth Weavers, or even over on the YouTube channel. We love to support and help any way that we possibly can. And we also like to know how you're doing, how the last season's been, how the winter's been, and also what are you feeling as you're moving into this new season for spring. All right, well, thank you, everybody. Hi, Kim. Hi, Lisa. And enjoy this first day of March.